So let me record the session. Yeah. So the static variable is like static variable, or we can say it, or we can say class variable. Class variable. So this static variable or class variable, which is defined a variable is which is defined defined within the class with static keyword is called static variable. We can say static variable. Okay, or we can say class variable, or another way, like we can say a variable which is defined as a static member of a class is called static member of a class is called static variable. It's called static variable. Okay, so generally a static variable is like a variable which is defined inside the class with inside defined within the class, and with static keyword is called static variable, or a variable which is defined a static member of a class is called static variable, we can say. So this static variable generally is static, like how we need to declare a static variable. Let's see. So first of all, what we are doing is like we are creating a class demo. Inside the class demo, what we are doing is like we need to declare a static variable. So we need to write static int int variable name. For example, I can take like id employee id. I can take employee id, and once I have taken the employee id, now I declared a value, like I assign a value. Okay, and again I will write a main method, public static void main string args. So uh, I'm writing public static void main string args. So here inside that, directly I want to call. Let's see how we will call like that. So generally this is the variable how we declare a static variable generally. So this is the static variable. So generally, what is a static variable? A variable which is defined a member of a class, static member of a class is called static variable, or a variable which is defined within the class and with static keyword within the class and with static keyword is called static variable. Okay, like this generally we define a static variable. And another thing is like the static variable, uh, there are there are there are three ways to access static variable. Okay, there are three ways to access static variable. The first one is like direct 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 or direct, we can say direct or class name. And second one is like object and object reference. Okay, we can consider it as four ways, so you can take it as two. Okay, so we can say four ways. So inside that four ways, we have like first one is like a direct class name object and object reference. Okay, direct class name object and object reference generally we have. Okay, so here direct in the sense, whenever within the class we can use this direct. Within the class we can use this direct. Okay, class name means if the variable is present, if the variable is present within the other class, other class, other class at the time At that time, we will use class name. Okay, class name. Okay, and are you aware about object and object reference, right? How we need to create an object, how we need to create the object reference. Okay, so the object and object reference are not recommended. Object and object references are not recommended generally. These two are not recommended. Okay. Object and object references are not recommended. So generally in static variable, there are four ways. Inside that, one is like a direct which is used within the class, and a class name we will use if the variable is present within the other class. At that time, we will use class name, and object references are not recommended. Okay, we can write and we can access that particular variable, but what it will happen is like it is not recommended, okay, for static variable, because like the static variable is not a part of object, not a part of object. Okay, and data will store generally whenever the code runs, whenever the class loads, at that time memory allocate to the static variable. Are you getting right? At that time memory allocates to the static variable. Okay, let's see the examples so you can able to understand. Okay, so generally whenever class loaded, then memory will allocate to the static variable. Okay, memory is allocated to the static variable. Whenever class is loaded, the memory will allocate to the static variable or variables. Okay, and the static variable or class variable, we can say static or class, static variable stored in class area. This is a memory location. We have different memory locations. One is like class area, method area, and stack area. Sorry, we can say class area and stack area and method area both are same only. We can say, and class area, heap area, and stack area or method area, we can say. Okay, so the memory will stored in class area. Okay, so here first of all, let's see the examples. For example, for direct, let me know. I think Eclipse is removed. Give me a minute. So let's load it, like let's open the Eclipse, like it will open. So generally we have a different three types of variables. One is like local variable and instance variable and static variable. So local variable we can define within the class, sorry, within the main method is called local variable. Local variable scope is within the method, and local variable store in stack area or method area, and the local variable memory is allocated whenever method is loaded, and we can access the local variable directly, right? And instance variable, there is in the instance variable a variable which is defined, a member of a class is called instance variable. there are two ways to access instance variable. One is like object and an object reference, and the instance variable memory is allocated whenever the object is created. Okay, whenever object is created. And now when it comes to the static variable, a variable which is defined a static member of a class is called static variable, and the static variable memory is allocated whenever class is loaded. Okay, and there are four ways to access static variable. One is like direct, class name, object, and object reference. But object and object reference is not recommended. Okay, and static variable stored when static variable stored in class area. Okay, and let's see the examples. Why we are getting this error? Anyone can tell me why we are getting this error?
So single quotes.
No, ma. Actually, you can observe like it is giving a error itself. You can able to like you can able to see the local variable C may not be initialized. Okay, local variable we need to must and should initialize. Then only we will get an like the proper output, and we will not get any error. Okay. So here right click. Can anyone tell me how to create a class? Oh, it is. Give me. Yeah. So right click, new class, right? So actually what we need to do is like, let's create another package. Package in the sense, package is a collection of classes and interfaces is called a package. So let's create a package and class both. New, you can create a package. Inside the package name for every time it would be like, it will be like in the lower case only. Okay, we need to create a package within the lower case. Okay, so I will write like training variables and methods. Okay. Okay, we have created a new package. So right click, new class. So here we have like a static variable, right? We can say static variable example. Static variable example. Yeah, we have written a method static variable. Oh, sorry, class, and we are creating a main method. Okay, it is not giving any suggestions. Okay, we have created a main method as well. So once we have created a main method, before that we need to declare a variable called static int I equals to 0. I have given static int I equals to 0. This is a like a static variable. Okay, and once we created the static variable, so how many ways to access a static variable generally? One is like direct, another one is like class name, another one is like object and object reference, right? So object and object references are not recommended. Okay, only we have direct and class name. So what we will do is like here, we want to print the I value. So what I will do, I will call directly. Okay, save, and let's run this code, whether we are getting the instance value, like whether we are getting the static variable value or not. You can able to see the static value is printing. Okay, this is the direct. Okay, direct, when we use direct, a variable which is present within the class. Okay, that is nothing but static variable. Okay, and the next example is like another example. Yeah, I will create within the class only. So here I will create another class without public class variables, class variables. So here I will declare a variable called static void, void, sorry, not void, static int a equals to 10. I have declared a variable int a equals to 10. So a class, like a variable which is present in another class, but we want to access in this class. Okay, so at the time what we will do is like we will use the inheritance concept. No need to worry about it, the inheritance concept, but going forward we will learn about this inheritance concept. Okay, here I have like extended the variable, so I extended the variable class. Now I want to access this particular variable. I want to access this particular variable. And then how we will access? We have another way that is called class name. Okay, class name. In the class name statement, what we have, a variable is present within the another class. At that time, we will call we will call variable with with class name, with class name. Okay, we will call variable with class name. Okay, so how we will call? System dot out dot print ln. Okay, print ln. Here what I need to do is like, this is example for class name, right? So what I will do is like, with the class name, with the help of class name, I will call that particular variable variables dot a, variables dot a. This is class name example. Okay, and this is example for direct. Okay, save, and so both values are similar. So what I will do is like, I will do like 20, save, and run as Java application. You can able to see direct value is printed and class name value also printed. Okay, so what we are doing is like, we are using inheritance concept. Using that inheritance concept, we are acquiring this class properties to this class. Okay, going forward we will discuss about the inheritance, no need to worry about it. Like this, we will call the particular variable with the help of class name. Are you getting right? Direct and class name. Okay, then let's see why the object and object references is not recommended. Okay, can anyone tell me how to create a object? How to create a object? Can anyone tell me how we need to create a object? Did you remember yesterday? I think we discussed about that. So how we will create an object here? Class name is static variable example SE equals to new class name of, okay, new class name of. So class name is like static examples. Okay, so for example, I will write like system dot out dot println se dot I want to print I value. Okay, now you can able to see here there is an error, like the static field, the static variable example I should be accessed in static way, so these two are static way. Okay, like class name and direct is a static way, but when you are creating an object, this is not a static way. Okay, it is giving error itself, but we can able to access that particular variable. But what it will happen is like it will give us suggestions like this. We need to access the variable in the static way only. Okay, and also at this place you will get the warning as well. Okay, for example, I will remove this I. You can able to see there is no warning. When I am giving like that particular thing and saving, you can able to see the warning, and here also we have a warning. Okay, but we can able to access it, but it is not recommended. Okay, and let's see this like another way, like accessing with the anonymous object. Okay, output dot println new static variable example, dot I value I'm printing. Okay, now also we are getting the error. Now also we are getting the warning, not error. We are getting the like warning. Okay, this is for object reference, and this is for object. Are you getting right? Object and object reference. Let's run this code. You can able to see 10, 20, 10, 10. Okay. Okay. Is it clear? Are you getting like instant static variable? Is there any doubts on static variable? Okay. So like this we will yeah, like generally like this we will declare, like we will call the static variables. Okay, static variable. So there are like 4 ways inside that. So we need to access 4 ways. First one is like direct, another one is like class name, and like object and object references are not recommended. Okay, and yeah, we'll go to the methods concept once it is clear. Is everyone clear? Okay, so let's see the method concept. So what is a method? A method. A method. A method is a single logical. A method is a single logical unit. A method is a single logical unit Inside that, a method is a single logical unit, and method is used to perform used to perform tasks. Okay, method is used to perform tasks. Okay, so let's see the syntax for method. Okay, so here return type return type, method name, and parameters, or you can say arguments, open brace and close brace. So inside that we will write statements. Okay, we'll write statements. Okay. So a method is a single logical unit. A method is used to perform a task. Okay, syntax for method is like return type, method name, arguments, and inside that we will write like statements in the sense which we need to perform a task. Okay, let's see the example. Okay, this is like, yeah, so okay, here let's see the example. Return type I can consider as a return type void means it will not give any value, any return type. And method name I will give like add to add to numbers add two numbers. So inside that I will write a parameters int a comma b, and inside that what I will do is like here I will write like statement to print that value, that is like system dot out dot print ln, system dot out dot print ln a plus b. Okay, I need to print the addition of two numbers value. So here this is the method we declared. So let's see what is this. So this is the return type, and this is the method name. We can say these are the method parameters, or we can say these are the arguments. Okay, and inside this we'll write a statement to perform the task. That is like I want to perform a task, addition of two numbers. So that's why I have written addition of two numbers. Okay, this is the way we can create a method. Okay, so we have a different type of methodologies generally we have. So let's see what is the different methodologies in methods. First we know, and again we will go for like static method and instance method and all. Okay, so there are there are four methodologies. There are four methodologies. There are four methodologies. First one is like method with arguments, and method with return type. This is most important. Method with arguments and with return type. And second one is method with out arguments method without arguments, and method with return type. return type. And third one is like method with out arguments and method without return type. And fourth one is like method without argument without yeah method with argument method with argument method with arguments and without return type. Okay, are you getting right? There are four methodologies generally we have. That is like method with arguments and with return type, method with without argument and without return type, method without arguments and without return type, method with argument and without return type. Okay, let's see the example for. Is it clear? Is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's see the syntax for the first one. Method with arguments and method with return type. Okay, so the first thing is like we what is the statement? Method with arguments and with return type. So generally we the syntax is like this. So return type return type method name return type method name arguments. Okay, return type method name and arguments, open brace and close brace. Inside that we need to give the statement, we need to give statements. Okay, we need to give within the statement. So let's see the different examples we have. So here the return type in the sense data type, whatever we are giving. And here also we need to write inside this return statement. Okay, return statement. Here, let's see the example. Return type is nothing but data type. Whatever data type you want to return, we need to give that data type. For example, I'll consider it as string. And what I will do is like, I will create a method called reverse string. Generally we do reverse string. So what I will do is like reverse string. Okay. Reverse string. And here I want to pass a parameter that also need to give a string, because whatever return type we are giving, we need to give that particular argument like input as well. Sometimes we will give different inputs as well. Okay, so string reverse string, inside that I will give like name. I want to reverse the name. Okay, and here what I will do is like I will write a statement. For example, it bit confused for you, but let's see how we will reverse that particular yeah particular string. So what I will do is like here I will write like char c. No need to worry about it. Going forward, we will discuss about this. Okay, char c. Okay, and here I will write like string reverse local variable. We need to initialize must and should. So once initialize this, what we will do is like for int I equals to 0, I is less than char length minus 1 and I plus plus. Here what I will do is like here we already have the reverse string reverse. Inside that reverse I will do like C of I plus reverse. So I will close this one. So at the time of closing, what I will do is like I will write a return statement, return reverse. Are you able to understand, right? So reverse, why I'm writing a reverse means, so whenever we are writing a return statement string, so we want to return the string only. So I have declared a string. Okay, I'm returning that string. So due to that, the value will store. Going forward, we will discuss why I have written all these things. Okay, let's like this we will do. This is the syntax for like method with arguments and with return type. Okay, let's see whether it will we can able to run this code or not. Okay, so this is the static variable, but we have created a instance method. So let's create methodology examples. Method examples, methods examples. So just let's consider this. We have created this one. Okay. And here and like how many ways to access instance variable generally? Can anyone tell me how many ways to access instance variable? Like object and object reference, right? So this is also an instance method. So for that, what we need to do is like we need to create an object for this. So we have a method and me equals to new method of, and here what I will do is like string value equals to me dot reverse string. I just write hello, save, and I want to print this. No need to worry about it. Just you need to focus on this methodology, how we have written. What is a method with argument and method with argument and with return type? Okay. So what we need to do is like we need to do equals to right click, run as Java application. You can able to see hello, it is reversed. Okay, so just you need to focus on like how we need to create a method. Okay, and going forward, after that going forward we will discuss about like how we are calling that particular method and all. Okay, are you getting right? Method with return type and with argument, method with return type and with argument. For every return type, whenever we are writing a return type, we need to must and should we need to write a statement. Okay, so let's see what and all we have given here. So first of all, we have given a return type. So as per the syntax, it is matched. And again, we are writing a method name, and also the method name is also matched, like we have given method name. And here we have given a argument. So arguments I have written, but I have given only one argument, but you can able to give multiple arguments, like keeping comma, and you can write like name or other thing. You can write beside here. Okay. Once you have written, then you started the curling brace, and inside that curling brace, this is the actual statement what we need to perform. Once we perform, at the end, we need to give the return statement. We need to give the return statement. Are you getting right? Okay. So method with argument and with return type. Is there any doubt on this? Is it clear? Please do respond, because I don't know whether you are getting or not, like that. Are you getting, or is there any doubts? Because this
Please
is the,
repeat one sec.
sorry.
Please repeat one sec.
Yeah, sure. Because need to do respond, because I don't know, right? You guys are getting or not, like that. Okay. So generally what we are doing is like, I will repeat one more time for you. Like, what is a method? Generally, a method is a single logical unit. In the single logical unit, like a method is a single logical unit, we can say, and method is used to perform a task. Generally, the method syntax is like the return type. Generally, the syntax is like a return type, method name, and we need to pass the arguments. Generally, I have given an argument only, but what we need to do is like we can write multiple arguments. Okay, we can write multiple arguments. Okay, so like this, we need to declare a method. So inside the method, we need to give the statements which we need to perform the task. Okay, so here is the example, that is like return type. Just I'm taking a return type void, because void it will not return any type. Okay, and here I'm writing a method called add two numbers. So inside the add two numbers, like I have given a arguments. Okay, I've given arguments, and using that arguments, I'm performing a task called addition of two numbers. And for every method, at the starting and ending, we need to give curly braces. Okay, and in Java we have like four methodologies. One is like method with argument, and method with return type, and method with argument, method without argument and with return type, method with return type, method without argument and without return type, and method with argument and without return type. So we are going to see like method with arguments and with return type. Okay, so the syntax for method with arguments and with return type is like return type, method name, arguments. You can give a number of arguments. Okay, that's why I have written arguments. Okay, so like we need to pass the arguments. Once we pass the arguments, and inside that, what we need to do is like we need to perform the task. So we have written a statement. Once we have written the statement, we need to do, like whenever we are writing a methodology like this, method with arguments and with return type. So for with return type, every time we need to return the statement, we need to write a return statement. Okay, so here what I have did is like I have taken an example. The example is like string reverse string. Okay, I want to reverse the string. Okay, so for that I have taken a variable called name, and here this will going forward we will discuss like how we will write. Okay, whenever like you are getting the string handling concept, so at that time you will able to get, but we used the basic for loop for iteration. Okay, and after onwards what it is like, once the reverse operation is done, we are returning the string. We are returning the string which the value is stored. Okay, whatever value we got after the operation, we will store the value in the this reverse string, and we will call that particular method, and we will get that string, and we will print the data like this. Okay, so like this we will get the output. Okay, we are reversing the string. We have given a hello. Okay, instead of what I will give is like Jackson. Okay, you can able to see it got reversed. Okay, so like this we will perform. Going forward we will discuss about like instance method and static method. Okay, how we need to call. First of all, we need to know about the methodologies. Okay, these are the most important. Once you got to know about this, then again it is easy. Like variables concept you need to remember, because it is the basic thing. It is like it is a foundation for us. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Eh, like tomorrow we will discuss about method with arguments, and with return type we will discuss method without argument, and without return type we will discuss method without argument, with argument and without return type we will discuss. Just you need to focus on how we are writing the like how we are writing the method. Okay, once you focus on the how we are writing the method, if we have a return statement, so for that return statement we need to write a return statement. You got to know about that. I think it would be easy once the basic foundation is like variables concept. Once you got that variables concept, then you need to know about this methodology. Once you know the methodologies, then we will go for the static method and instance method. So once you got to know about the static method and instance method, these are the most important. And going forward, just what we will do is like we just calling that particular API methods. Inside that methods also we have a static method and instance methods. According to that, we need to call. Okay, these are the basic important things like variables and methods. Once you got to know, you will get a solid foundation, and like you will write a code anywhere and all. Okay, so just review this session one more time because it is important. Okay, is there any doubts? Please let me know, or otherwise we are good to wrap up.